I found her secret phone. Then her mom texted me the truth I wasn't ready forever. At 2:17 a.m. Yeah, I actually said that out loud in my kitchen. Not for drama. More like my brain needed to hear it to believe it. Have you ever had your whole relationship blow up because of one message? And it's from her mom? I'm Ryan. I'm 29 years old, and I'm from Columbus, Ohio. Before I get into it, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment so I know you're here. And seriously, tell me what city you're watching from and what time it is for you right now. I always read those. Now let's go back to 11 weeks ago when it all started. So, Jenna and I looked normal. Like from the outside, we were that boring couple that had it together. We'd been together 3 years, living in the same apartment, splitting bills, doing the whole routine. And we were 8 weeks out from getting married. Small wedding, backyard vibe, string lights, family, the whole thing. And I'm not going to pretend I was some perfect fiance either. I was working a lot. Late nights, emails during dinner, saying in a minute, and then forgetting. At the time, I honestly thought, okay, we're stressed, but we're fine. Now I look back and I'm like, yeah, I was checked out more than I admitted. But still, what happened isn't we drifted. It was something else. The first weird thing was her phone. She started keeping it face down all the time. Not sometimes, all the time. If I picked it up to move it off the couch or whatever, she'd grab it like I was holding a live grenade. Then one day I noticed she changed her passcode. I asked about it and she goes, work security, which she's in marketing. So I'm like, okay, sure. I didn't push because I didn't want to be that guy who's acting paranoid. Then she started doing these late drives. Like, I just need air. An hour, sometimes two. She'd come back chewing mint gum, and her car would smell like that strong pine air freshener. You know that smell that basically screams, I'm trying to cover another smell? Yeah. And then the card stuff started. We have a shared card for bills and wedding stuff. I'm checking it one day and I see a charge on this downtown hotel bar. Tuesday night, 6:42 p.m. Two drinks and some appetizer thing. I ask her and she immediately goes, oh, that was Kayla. Like fast, too fast. And the thing is, Kayla hates going downtown. She complains about parking like it's her full-time job. Another thing, this one still messes with me. She was in the laundry room one night, thinking I couldn't hear her, and she's whispering on the phone. Not her normal voice, like quiet and sharp. I hear her go, same place, don't be late. Then she hangs up quick. When I walked in, she jumped and just goes, super cheerful, nothing, like I'd caught her planning a surprise party or something. And after that, every time her phone buzzed, she'd tilt the screen away. Little movements. But you notice those things when you're living with someone. I tried so hard to talk myself out of it. Like I kept thinking, Ryan, you're spiraling. You're stressed. Stop being weird. Then came the night I couldn't unsee it. It was a Thursday. I wake up and it's dead quiet, like that weird, too quiet kind of quiet. And I hear this soft buzzing downstairs. Not loud, just something vibrating on wood. I look over. Jenna's asleep. Like actually asleep, facing the other way, breathing slow. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe my phone fell or something. I go downstairs and the microwave clock says 3:06 a.m. And on the kitchen table, there's a phone I've never seen in my life. No case, smaller, older looking, like a spare phone. And it buzzes again. I look at the screen and there's a message from someone saved as M. It says, "You still up? Can't stop thinking about tonight." My whole body went cold, like I felt it in my hands first. And then another message pops up right after. "Don't leave it out. He'll find it." He, as in me, I just stood there. I didn't even pick it up at first. I literally just stared at it, and I could hear my heart banging in my ears. It sounds dramatic, but it's true. Your brain starts doing this thing where it's trying to protect you. Like maybe it's not what it looks like. Maybe there's some explanation. But at the same time, you know. You just know. I put the phone back exactly where it was, like it was evidence in a crime scene. And I went back upstairs and laid there until morning, pretending I could sleep. Spoiler, I couldn't. The next day, Jenna acted completely normal. Coffee, jokes, love you, asking what I wanted for dinner. And that messed with me even more, because I kept thinking, how are you doing this? How are you just walking around like nothing's happening? That weekend, we went to her parents' house, and this is where it gets even weirder. Her mom, Denise, hugged me longer than usual, like not a quick hug, and she goes, super quiet, "You okay?" I said, "Yeah." "Why?" And she kind of forced this smile and goes, "Just checking." Her dad was out back joking with everyone like normal, and Jenna was sitting there laughing, acting engaged, but she was checking her phone under the table every 5 minutes, like she was waiting for a signal. A couple days later, I take out the trash, and when I tie the bag, I see a receipt stuck to it. It's gross. There's coffee grounds on it, but I pull it off. It's from that same downtown hotel. And it's not a bar this time. It's a room for 2 hours, paid with our shared card. I walked back inside with that receipt in my hand, and my brain was just loud. Like, this is real. This is actually happening. She's on the couch under a blanket, scrolling her phone like it's a normal Tuesday. I said, "Jenna." She looks up like I'm interrupting a show. "What?" I hold up the receipt. "Tell me what this is." And her face changes, like it goes blank. Then she goes, "Why are you going through the trash?" And I swear I did this little laugh, not because it was funny, just because that's what she had. That was her move. Make me the problem. I said, "Just answer me." She starts with the classic line, "It's not what you think." I'm like, "Okay, then what is it?" She looks down at her hands and goes, "I met someone." My stomach dropped. I said, "Who?" She hesitated. "Mark." "How long?" "A few months." And in my head, I'm hearing "a few months" like it's a normal thing to say. Like she's telling me she tried a new coffee place. I said, "We're getting married in 8 weeks." And then she starts crying. Real tears. But then she flips it. You know what I mean? Like she goes right into, "I was lonely. You were never here." And look, she wasn't wrong that I worked too much. But I didn't cheat. I didn't start a secret life. And it felt like she was trying to turn it into this equal thing, like we both messed up the same way. I said, "I worked late. That's not the same thing." And right then my phone dings. That sharp iPhone notification sound. I'll never forget it because it cut through everything. It's a text from her mom, Denise, 9:41 p.m. "I can't keep lying for her. Please don't marry her. Mark is not who she told you." I just stared at the screen, and Jenna saw my face and she froze. She goes, "Who is that?" I said, "Your mom." And her eyes got wide in a way that told me she already knew what her mom was about to say. Denise calls immediately after. I pick up, and yeah, I put it on speaker. I didn't even think about it. I just needed the truth out loud. Denise's voice is shaking. She goes, Ryan, I'm so sorry. I didn't want to be the one to do this. Jenna goes, Mom, stop. Denise goes, No, I'm done. And then she says the part that hit me like a truck. Mark is married. He's my friend's husband. Jenna told me if I said anything, she'd blow up our family. I've been scared, Jenna snaps. That's not what I said. Denise doesn't even pause. You did, and you've been using Ryan's card. Mark won't pay for anything. He uses people. I've seen this before. I'm sitting there looking at Jenna like I don't recognize her because the twist wasn't she cheated. The twist was her mom knew, and Jenna was basically holding her mom hostage with threats. That's when it stopped being messy and became dark. Like, who are you? Jenna's crying, but she's angry crying now. She goes, You're ruining my life. Denise goes, You ruined it. And then there's this silence where nobody knows what to say next. Even Jenna. She looks at me and tries this last thing, this guilt move. So you're just leaving? After everything? I said, after everything you did. And she throws out, You're not perfect either. And I just nodded, because she's right. I'm not. I'm stubborn. I get lost in work. I avoid conflict. I've got flaws. But I didn't do this. I said, I'm not perfect, but I didn't do this. I grabbed a duffel bag and started throwing stuff in it. Not even neatly, just shirts, jeans, whatever. She followed me around the apartment, switching moods every 30 seconds. Ryan, please, don't do this. You're really leaving? You're seriously gonna throw us away? And I didn't really answer because what's the point? Anything I say turns into an argument, and I didn't want my last night there to be me yelling. I drove to my brother's place, and I sat in the driveway for a minute because I couldn't stop shaking. I remember looking at the clock on the dash, 10:12 p.m., like that mattered, but I needed something solid to focus on. Next morning, I started making the calls nobody wants to make. I called the venue. I canceled. I called my mom. That was brutal. Then I called Jenna's dad because I didn't want him hearing some edited version later. He went really quiet, like that quiet where you know someone's heart just dropped. Then he just said, I'm sorry, son. And for some reason, that almost broke me more than Jenna did. Jenna texted me nonstop for 2 days. Sorry messages, angry messages, long paragraphs, then I miss you, then you did this, then can we talk, then you never cared. It was like she was throwing anything at the wall to see what would make me come back. And here's the part that's hard to explain. It wasn't even the cheating alone that killed it for me. It was how easy she lied, how normal she acted the next morning, how she tried to make me feel like the bad guy for catching her. And then the stuff with her mom, that just changed how I looked at her completely. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm back in a quiet place, trying to figure out what's real and what I ignored because I didn't want to deal with it. And I need you to tell me this, because I know people are going to disagree hard in the comments. If you were me, would you tell Mark's wife, or would you just walk away and never touch any of this again? What would you do?